The terrorists sponsored by the terrorist nation sitting across the border have activated its hybrid terrorists in the Kashmir valley to kill innocent non-Muslims to trigger another exodus. However, it is the Islamist apologist news channels like NDTV that are conveniently doing the bidding of Pakistan by driving a wedge and dividing the communities in the region. Reportedly, after a Golgappa hawker named Arvind Kumar from Bihar was shot dead by terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir on Friday, NDTV referred to the man as a non-native of the region. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Isha, and in this video I will tell you how NDTV is dividing the communities in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's begin. Yes, NDTV insinuated that Arvind Kumar, a resident of India, could not be termed a native of Kashmir, an integral part of India. As the narrative didn't suit NDTV's agenda and the hawker was a Hindu, he was outrightly branded an outsider. Imagine if the victim was a Muslim, the outrage and propaganda that must have been spewed by the channel. For a liberal channel like NDTV, even the Kashmiri Pandits, the original inhabitants of the land who were uprooted from the region by the ghastly hordes of Islamists and terrorists, might not fall under the category of natives of the region. Only Muslims have the right to be called so. Safe to say, the netizens gave their peace of mind to the liberal outlet. One of the users taught NDTV the definition of native and non-native. What do you mean by non-native? This is my country and I am native of India. Right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, it's my country, our country. Who are you to create a line of division? Delete this post immediately. Similarly, another remarked that calling the hawker non-native was an insult to the idea of India. The poor Golgappa seller is absolutely an Indian. Calling him non-native is an insult to the idea of India. One of the users called NDTV a disgrace by stating, a non-native media channel's way to report an incident in native India. What a disgrace of a news channel. The area in Srinagar where Bihar's Golgappa seller was attacked is the same area where the principal and a teacher of a school were gunned by terrorists last week. As reported by TFI, Satinder Kaur, principal of Government Boys Higher Secondary School in Eidgah, and the teacher at the school, Deepak Chand, were shot dead inside the school premises by terrorists. Eyewitnesses claimed that at least 2 to 3 terrorists entered the school premises and fired at the principal and teacher from point-blank range before fleeing from the spot. Before them, on October 5, Virendra Paswan, who hailed from Bhagalpur, Bihar, was shot dead by Islamic terrorists. However, Paswan's killer, Mukhtar Shah, a hybrid terrorist of a new terror outfit named the Resistance Front, an offshoot of Pakistan-based terror organization Lashkar-e-Taliban, was killed by the forces during an encounter last week only. Apart from Paswan, Makhanlal Bindru, a Kashmiri Pandit and owner of the 2 medical stores in Srinagar, was also gunned down by the terrorists. 68-year-old Bindru was shot by the terrorists in the evening while he was attending customers at his shop in Srinagar's Iqbal Park area. The killings are a means to create an environment of fear amongst the Hindu and Sikh community, reminiscent of the days leading to the exodus of the Kashmiri Pandits in the 1990s. Ever since the abrogation of Article 370 2 years ago, the stone pelting incidents that used to be a routine way of life in the valley have come to naught. However, the Islamists have evolved and taken to a new approach of turning the child stone pelters into contract killers. As reported by TFI, there has been an emergence of hybrid terrorists who are young striplings given a pistol or gun by their Pakistani handlers to conduct one-off killing and simply go into hibernation after conducting their business. The weapon of killing is then taken away and the forces have to work twice as harder to apprehend anyone. Despite the plethora of commendable steps taken by the government to bring back Kashmiri Hindus home, it has somehow failed to take preventive measures at the ground to create a safe and a violence-free environment. Unless the government goes all out against the ideology that drives the Islamic terrorists, it will be difficult to bring peace in its truest sense in the region. Meanwhile, the government needs to deal with news channels like NDTV with an iron fist as well, hiding behind the veil of freedom of expression, the shameless.